calculator to me, I command. And so that's really handy, and we'll be doing that, and I'll refer to that in your homework. So there's lots of different things that we can learn from this handout. Back in document sharing, there's how to use the learning aids, which I will do a video of as well, how to rework a problem through the grade book over here. So I'm going to click on one of the chapters. So when I click on chapter 1, you can see there are several handouts. My Stat Lab likes to default the way they put them in as the most recently uploaded. What I like to do as soon as I click on that chapter is I like to click where it says file name, and then it reorders them numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't have to do that, but it's nice to see them in the order that makes sense. You can download all the documents at once, or you can just click on them individually. So I'm going to go into chapter 2 and again, see that it lists them sort of backwards. I click on file name, and the first handout I have, I'm going to click on it, is a vocab list. So it loaded down here, I click on it, and it says chapter 2 vocabulary. Remember, it's a good idea to print out the document sharing handouts. If you're taking this as a web course, that's your responsibility. If you're taking this as a ground class, it's very likely that your teacher is using handouts very similar to these in class. So you probably don't have to print them out. But if you miss a class, or if your teacher uses a different handout, know that you have access to these as well. I tell you where each topic is covered in each section and which page in the book. I tell you which topics are important, which means those are the things that are testable. So I'm going to go back a little bit to document sharing, give you an example of what we might see in a handout. So this one is where I've actually taken a homework problem that you're going to see that gives you a table and asks you questions, and I've made notes in it. So that can be helpful. That's one sort of handout you might see. In another handout, I might just give you an example of things with solutions worked out and explain how things are. So they work through, and they can be really handy. So document sharing is where you can find handouts that you need to make the class as accessible and as easy as possible. If you're not using these handouts, you're probably missing out. When you're doing the homework, you're going to notice instructor tips, and they might say, see the frequency table practice handout. And so this is what it's referring to.